Our next skater represents Canada, Hannah Quinn.
Team Canada out in force to support Hannah. The pair skaters who have done their work now choosing to stay and support this 15-year-old.
And she'll skate the free program here to Turndal.
Well, I was thinking of the adjectives for Hannah Quinn, and one of them was authentic, and she skates with sincerity and honesty, and the reaction at the conclusion of that performance as the fellow Canadian athletes cheer her on only serves to reaffirm that this is a very honest, open human.
When I saw her in the practice session the other day, she had such joy just to be out here, just to be here. Smiled and enjoyed every moment. No, whether it was a good skate or a bad skate, didn't matter. Just loved the moment. I spoke to her briefly after that. And I thought, oh, she's okay, she's new and she's enjoying the moment. We'll see what happens in the competition. that personality is still there. She's loving this moment. And she sort of not laughed at herself, but, you know, with some of those falls, she looked up and sort of smiled over at Paul, I think, a little bit, and said, what was that all about, right? So she's got a wonderful sense of being, you know, her feet firmly planted on the ground. We take a look at some of the elements in the program. Started out great. She has wonderful movement. Look at that head turning to the right on that landing position. There's the triple flip. Gets that free leg back right away. Not a big jumper. Doesn't have a lot of air time, so it has to be very efficient. And she is early on in the program. You see the triple toe, double toe. A little bit later in the program, there's a triple toe and too far back. Just didn't have the air time and maybe lost a little bit of the strength or energy later in the program, and lost the spin a little bit as well. Just struggling to finish the program, but she had this wonderful smile at the end. And there she is. Yeah. I think a pretty wonderful person.
Yeah, and I don't know the Canadian coaches like you do, but Coach Paul Parkinson, the hug that he gave her off the ice, and you know the way he's supporting the athlete to, you know, own the moment and celebrate the time here, seems egoless.
Oh, it is. It is. He is really a wonderful coach and a wonderful person. I think he makes a calm, kind environment. At the same time, you have to help your athletes discover how good they can be. So whatever you want to call that, encouraging them, leading them along the way, pushing them, whatever you want to call, you have to help those athletes, and he does that in a good and safe way. So that we have seen for sure. And so you can see her, you know, just charming, totally charming, and a good skater.
And I just keep thinking, like, for me as a parent, the coach-pupil relationship here, that's what I would want for my child experiencing international travel and representing your nation, somebody that's helping you to laugh and smile and have perspective.
And let's remember, the coaches also learn along the way. They're not going to be perfect in the beginning. You know, handling situations or saying certain things, technique or the program or whatever the case may be. But as the skaters continue to grow and change, and so do the coaches, learn how to deal with the different personalities. It is a complicated job to coach athletes. And this young man has done a very good job. Hannah Quinn, 86.47. That is ninth in the free program. And that's a total competition score with a 139.72 as she wears the wreath of pride.
Yep.
That'll put her 5th overall so far in the competition. What a charmer. Good skater.